My name is Ruth Psenica. Welcome to this casual channel where we lean into joy and focus on the value that life has to show us. Today is going to be my 1 week update as it relates to trying to manifest my dream life. A couple videos ago, I said this is day one of me trying to get everything I want in life, and I'm going to give it a year. So some of the goals included me moving out of my apartment at some point into like a nice, more modern apartment. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I just kind of want to throw it out there to see if in a year I can do it. Some of them include like making more creative income. I have 3 YouTube channels. One of them is monetized, but hopefully in a year, maybe all 3 will be monetized. I don't know. Some others are more specific. I wrote everything I wanted down a couple months ago, so I'll share some of them here. Some of them include like starting a successful podcast, being a guest on my favorite podcasts, other things like that that are creative. So I wanted to share kind of like a progress update, and I want to do this from week to week. This is week 1. Obviously next week is going to be week 2, and we'll do this all up until week 52 until we hit a year and see how much my life has changed. Okay, some of the things that I learned about manifestation this past week have been very life-changing and very eye-opening, things that I feel like I've always known but have been reinforced because I've made this goal of like changing my life, you know? I consistently have to watch manifestation YouTubers, people that are focused on mindfulness, to remind me that manifestation is actively at work. And one of the people that I consistently watch is Taylor Tokes, and she reminded me, and whoever the heck her audience is, that like when you're manifesting something and when you are thinking about the law of assumption, you have to think of the now. Like you can't just say one day I'm gonna get that, one day I'm gonna blah blah blah. You have to act as if it is here right now.
The most crucial part of manifesting is just repeating affirmations, visualizing, and dedicating the time to do that. So I will be sitting down, having what some people, Taylor Tooks refers to as like a, is it Tooks by the way? As a saturation session where she just sits and does whichever method that she prefers. Although it's not about the method, it's about the fact that you believe this thing will show up. But like sit and just persist, the thing that you want will show up.
And that really shifted a lot of the ways that I was moving throughout the week. One of the things that I did this past week that I really have been wanting to do for like 2 years was I visited my sister. The last time I saw my sister was in 2023. That was a long time ago, and I feel guilt about like not seeing my nieces, about not seeing her, about not having like close access to family. While I was on the trip with my sister, we stayed in the most beautiful neighborhood of this thing that she was doing, and it showed me the type of neighborhood that I want to live in whenever I like grow up and my husband and I buy a house. It was like the most beautiful neighborhood I'd ever seen, with like medium-sized houses, and all of the houses were like different colors, had different character. Whereas I feel like a lot of American neighborhoods, everything looks so uniform. And since seeing that, it just reminded me, you know, like I'm manifesting, I am acting as if, because one day I will be in one of these places, you know? So I feel very grateful for this past week showing me like the type of house that I would like to live in, you know? And one day I'll be there. So it was really encouraging. So some progress on my channels. My main channel has 1,350 subscribers. My book channel has 294. This channel right now has, 682. And that is an improvement from the last time that I talked, because I think I had like, at that point, I think I had maybe 300 something.
3 different YouTube channels. One of them is this one, which I think has like 330 something subscribers, which was great because I think a lot of people just watched my lottery video, and that brought like 100 subscribers to my channel. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
Or maybe 400 or 5. It was not close to 682. Like that's amazing, and I'm so proud and happy that I'm getting what I want out of, you know, not only like getting a creative income, which is growth. Growth is so hard on the platform. Like, oh my God. Sometimes I feel like growth is like not possible, but then all of a sudden one video changes everything. And you just have to like trust that like you'll have the ability for that video to show. It's crazy because I was doubting, that like I could get growth in any way, shape, or form, and then all of a sudden it comes and I'm like, oh, sometimes all it takes is time and like hope for the fact that like you want this thing to show up, and it will. Sometimes it just takes hope, energy, and like patience. Something else that I've noted is that like being grateful and like forcing yourself to like every hour, at least this is for me, I challenged myself pretty much every hour or like every other hour to like be as grateful as possible. And I noticed like after maybe 2 or 3 days that things felt better. I felt more like people were smiling at me in public. I felt happier to be like waking up. I felt like the day was full of opportunity as opposed to like inconveniences. I felt like little things like taking a walk and like noticing a flower was like the point of being alive. You know what I mean? As much as I'm documenting this so that so I can see where my life is going to go in a year. Being grateful as often as possible is really showing me like the now and the beauty of where you're at, even if you're not like very like 100% satisfied with your circumstances. This is where everything is. This is where everything lives. And I'm just like so grateful to be here and to be able to, like track the progress of that. I am so happy to have seen the growth in myself, in my channels. And I hope that I'll be able to just keep posting these and people will still potentially be interested in them. Even if people aren't interested in them, just for my own sake, I'm just going to keep doing it. And maybe the people will follow. The growth will show. Yeah. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is, I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or night.